you. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Rob and Nelly, for organizing this amazing event and gathering so many teachers together. I'd also like to thank the moderators, the sponsors, and you, the participants. Wow, 50 up to now. Well, that's me on the photo. I'm a teacher from São Paulo, Brazil, and I work at Schmetterling, where besides teaching, I create activities and help novice teachers with their lessons. Why pronunciation? Well, I fell in love with pronunciation when I once took a course in São Paulo and started trying the symbols with my students. I learned a lot, and so did my students. So next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. As you can see, there are 44 symbols used on the chart on the right, and they are taken from the International Phonetic Alphabet and are organized here according as a map, according to Adrian Underhill. If you can see, you can only have to learn how to draw 8 consonant sounds here. There are only 8 consonant sounds that are different from the letters of the alphabet that we are used to. And here, only 10 vowel sounds. The others are very similar. On the top right side here, you have diphthongs. And diphthongs are combinations of vowel sounds. Next slide. Here, okay. Good. Thank you. If you use visuals to teach vocabulary, why not take full advantages of the symbols of the phonemic chart to help students pronounce a word correctly? For instance, try to read these words here. Did the symbols help you? Even if you have never seen them before, chances are that you would say owl and height correctly. It's unlikely, however, that students trying to read OWL or HEIGGHT for the first time would succeed, don't you think? The same applies to words that end in final E in English. For example, juice here. In some language, the tendency is to add a final vowel sound and consequently add a syllable that doesn't exist. If you use the symbol, you read it correctly, juice. The suffix shun in English, T-I-O-N, sounds like shun, as in pollution. So instead of asking students to listen and repeat the word and they don't understand, they repeat wrongly, the teacher would only show the symbol and students by themselves work out how to pronounce it correctly. One of the first activities I do with my students is one with the letters of the alphabet. Then I introduce the symbols. Here, you organize the letters of the alphabet according to the same vowel sound in each letter name. Then I relate them to colors. Take the letters B, C, G, D, E, for example. They all have the sound long E, the same vowel sound of the word green. Yes? For Q, U, W, the color is blue. The sound is long U. So when you correct students, you don't say anything. You just show the card with the symbol and the color, and if the student can correct themselves. In order to present the symbols, you can use anything in your classroom. You can use any kind of vocabulary. So there is room for pronunciation in the classroom, not only for grammar, even when you teach vocabulary. For example, on the left, when you revise parts of the body, you can have a picture with symbols. And then for here, students have to write thumb. For feet, leg, and foot. So bit by bit, they are going to learn the symbols. The activity on the right, I used with a group of 11-year-old students who had to learn musical instruments. First, I practiced the sound and showed the pictures. So students would come up with sax, clarinet. Then with which instrument is this? Flute. And trumpet. They had a lot of fun and learned the symbols. Oh my God, how do you say these words? What's the rule, teacher? Sorry, but in English, not everything that you see is what you say. My point here is, knowing the symbols helps students raise students' awareness of different pronunciations for the same spelling pattern, for O-U-G-H here. In this activity, I distributed these words for students, and they have on cards, and they have to put them under the correct column. So for owl, they work out now and cow. For O, no and go. For cut and cup. And for all, sport, all, and horse. Then I gave them those words. They would type the words in their dictionaries or look up in the dictionary, read the transcription, and find the correspondent column here. So for although would go with no. Thank you. For enough, cut, cup. So the students read the transcriptions. They don't understand all the letters, all the transcriptions, but they get the sound. Yes? Here, another important aspect of pronunciation is word stress. It's possible to use pictures of flags, food, names of countries to introduce the symbols, and also dots, look here, to show the number of syllables of words and word stress. You can also point out the different pronunciations of British and American English. For example, here you have basil, British, and basil, American. Tomato, British, and tomato, American. And the symbol is here. So you show the picture and the symbol, and the student comes up with the word correctly. For countries here, you have Italy, Japan, Greece. Oh, only one syllable, Greece. This activity, I had the idea, I take from this, I received an article and read the article about the flags and food, and then I created this activity. The importance of correct pronunciation of similar words in English can also be drawn by using dots in order to avoid misunderstanding. For example, police is different from policy. Impotent, important. Object. There are several nouns and verbs. There are several nouns and verbs that follow that rule in English. Element, elementary. Even in exercises that deal with word formation, like this one here, using visuals help a lot. I think pronunciation is totally disconnected from language learning activities. So here is Adrian Thunderhill blog. Time's up?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my last slide. Thank you very much, everybody. Here we are going to offer a course on pronunciation, and here is my details. Thank you so much.